freedom. All right. I see we have the Wilsons over there pressing buttons. So with that being said, again, my name is Chris Schweda from New Orleans, Louisiana, and I'm excited for you because if you are looking for a way to get in control of your freedom, your finances, then you definitely want to listen to what we're going to share. I'll give you a little backstory. Right at November will be 4 years ago. I'm trying to like put time together, which I don't know what day of the week it is half the time. So that part is, point is anybody can do this. You don't have to know what day of the week it is. But a little bit under 4 years ago, I was at the lowest point of my life. I just got through being sick. I was sick for over 2 years. I had a bone infection, which had me bedridden for 4 months. And then I was doing everything you can imagine holistically, naturally, to try to get rid of this bone infection. Finally, they had to do surgery and take out screws and different things like that the infection was sticking to. And basically, I was literally in the worst place of my life. Over this time period, I went from making a 6-figure income to not being able to pay my bills, to literally drowning in debt every single month, going deeper and deeper in the hole. I found myself $40,000 in credit card debt. I had a home equity line of credit of over $40,000. To say I was in a bad place is an understatement. My mortgage was, it was a few months behind. I'd caught it up to 1 month behind. Then that October, my air conditioning goes out in the house, which I don't just need to get repaired. I need to replace inside and outside, which was going to be between $6,000 and $8,000. So what I would say I was dealing with would be what some people would call a little depression, a little anxiety, and didn't necessarily know what I was going to do. Well, in November, a friend of mine, the couple that were pressing buttons and pressing the record button, they were sharing about how this magical unicorn coffee was doing all this stuff that sounded too good to be true. Like, have any of you all ever heard like a story or somebody tells you that something does something, but you're like, how in the world can a cup of coffee do all the things that you're saying? That was me. So to say I was skeptical is an understatement. The thing that I will say is that I really know this couple. I love this couple and I trusted them. And if what they were telling me was true, the worst case scenario is I could stay the same. So I was like, I need to try this stuff. And what they shared with me was a cup of coffee. So literally you put this stuff either in water or you put it in coffee like I like to do because I drink this big old Chilambo cup of coffee. So I just put my coffee in here and I add this to it. And guys, in 15 minutes, I was on the phone with them going, what in the world is in this stuff? And is it legal? Whatever it is, it's good. And I need to tell some people about it because this is crazy. After a few days of drinking this stuff, I knew that it was a home run. And then they started telling me about this capsule they didn't take right away. But within a few days, I started taking this. We call this the Happy Cap. And basically, it's Xanthamax. And at the time, I couldn't really pronounce it right because it was started with an X and all that stuff. And I'm not like the big grammar guy. I'm like, I couldn't pronounce the stuff. And then they started telling me like what I was experiencing was that this coffee naturally releases a bunch of words that I couldn't pronounce or spell, like dopamine and serotonin and endorphins, and that this releases oxytocin naturally. And together, when you put them together, it stands for DOSE, which stands for dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. Well, guys, 3 years later, I can spell it and I still feel great on it. So I didn't care how to spell it, how to pronounce it, didn't care what all the dopa, whatever, and all that other stuff was. But what I did know is that the anxiety and depression that I was dealing with, I wasn't experiencing the same thing. I felt different. I felt this calming energy. And that November, it was funny. They shared it in November. And I was like, they were saying, I'm telling you, we have a home run here. This is something we can change some of these people's lives with. So we put together a very simple system at that time. And with that system, in a very short amount of time, in launching this, I went from being flat broke, busted, disgusted. In fact, that December, I had to borrow, when we went all in December, I had to borrow my kids' school tuition to pay the school tuition because I had $56 left in my account. And I left, I was helping run my buddy's company. And I knew I just knew that this was going to be so impactful that I was going to be able to have a supernatural turnaround based on these simple products that people are already doing. Can we agree that we all know people that can use some happy in their life? We all do, right? Can we also agree that we all know people that drink coffee or drink tea or drink lemonade? And guys, we didn't have a tea and a lemonade at the time, but I knew that most people wake up and drink a cup of coffee. And if we could keep it simple enough without trying to explain all the dope of something and serotonin, all that weird stuff, if we can keep it simple enough, we can go out there and create a home run with this. So I had to borrow $800 to pay for my kids' school tuition. And through sharing a very simple system, which was simply asking people, hey, do you know anybody can use a little bit more happy in their life? Have you heard about the happy coffee that everyone's been talking about? And when we asked that, what we found is that over 90% of the time, people would say, happy coffee, what is that? And then we'd go, oh my gosh. And I just shared my story. And I was like, a friend of mine shared this with me. I was skeptical. When I tried this stuff, I was going through all this stuff because most of my friends knew what I was going through. I didn't have to explain all that. And I would just say, oh my gosh, I drank this stuff. And for the first time in 2 years, I felt like me again. And guys, explaining how you feel like you again is not something you can explain because people, most of us know who we are, but when you don't feel like you, it's hard to explain. But this stuff made me feel like me again. And I just shared that story. And what happened is we started sharing that story with other people, and we taught them by simply asking the question, hey, have you know anybody could use some happy? Hey, have you heard the happy coffee everyone's been talking about? Boom. And then saying, oh my gosh, you got to check out this quick 3-minute video. I'm going to add you to a Facebook group. And then if they ask any questions, this is what I love most about it. Because some of you all, guys, we're going to talk about the product and we're also going to talk about the business side of it. So this is all you have to ask yourself. I didn't understand the dope of something and Sarah, all that stuff. I didn't understand that. But what I did know is I could pick up the phone when they ask questions. I just say, hey, did you try the coffee? Hey, did you check out the video? Hey, did you check out the Facebook group? And they'd say yes. And I'd say, awesome. Can you see why I'm so excited? What do you like most? And they would say this, hey, is there anything else you need to know before you're ready to be happy? And they would say, well, what's in it? Or what's this? Or what's that? And I'd go, that's a great question. I have no idea. Hold on a minute. Let me introduce you to a friend of mine that can answer that better than I can. And that's what we did. And guys, in 30 days, we had a supernatural turnaround. In 90 days, what I didn't mention is I lost my dream boat that I bought in 2014. I lost it in 16 when I got sick. And to replace it was going to cost $100,000. And my credit went from 830 down into the fives. So how in the world am I going to replace that? Well, guys, in 90 days, we did. How do we do it? By running the 4 steps that I just went through. So some of you all are sitting there going, can I do this? Can you do what I just went over? Because the question is if you can do that, you can see how you can go out there and totally change your life. I'm going to go over a couple other things real quick, and I'm going to let you hear from some people that are way sharper than I am, that can probably pronounce the stuff that's in it and all that stuff, which the beautiful part about it is you don't need to know how, because all I did is put them on the phone with Mark and Judy, and they answered all the questions for me. So I didn't have to know anything. But guys, in the process of doing that, we had all these amazing products, or 2 amazing products that made such an impact on people's lives that we became one of the fastest growing companies out there. And then in turns, we launched a tea, which is what I'm drinking right now. I drink this normally in the evening. We have a lemonade that I add lemonade and tea together. And it's like, I'm jacked out of my mind. I feel amazing. The stuff works. So no matter where someone is, if they don't drink coffee, we have other products for them. And can we agree, A lot of people have put on that COVID-20, right? People are sitting at home and what are they doing? They're eating. And next thing you know, they're sitting there going, whatever. Well, guys, we are the happy co. And if we're the happy company, we have to have things that are going to solve the problems that they have in many different areas. And now we do. We have a product for sleep. If somebody has problems sleeping, we have shakes. We have capsules. We have different flavors of the shakes. We have all this stuff. So we have meal replacements. And what I love about that is that it really doesn't cost you anything. Well, what do you mean it doesn't cost you anything? How many of us eat lunch or eat breakfast? Well, guys, if you're just replacing the money that you're spending on lunch or breakfast and you replace that with a shake, what we're finding when you take one of the capsules or a coffee and the shake together, or the capsule and the shake together, what is happening is that people's appetites are going away. And in addition to that, there's all kinds of good gut health things, probiotics, prebiotics, and all the stuff that makes your body break down things the correct way, digestive enzymes, a bunch of other stuff that I don't care to know because I like to keep it simple. I don't know anything about anything except I put this stuff in a blender. I drink it with some milk and it's good. Boom, done. And I've had a meal. So guys, we have all these products and people are having amazing results on these products. So with that being said, I am going to shush and I'm going to turn it over to an amazing young lady that has been going out there and tearing this thing up in a big, big way and impacting so many people's lives. So with that being said, I'm going to turn this over to Amber. Amber, are you out there?
Hey, I'm nervous, super nervous. So hi, I'm Amber Volk. So I have been in this industry for about 8 years now, and I've been with a Happy Co for about 8 months. And it's been such a crazy journey. You know, being in the industry for that long, I've been with a few different companies. I've seen the highs and lows of network marketing. I've you know, seen all different success and earned the trips, and then I've also went through hard times in life where you know, life just happened in 8 years. That's a lot of time to go, you know, through. I have 4 kids. I'm married. I come from a crazy childhood where I left home pretty young and kind of hustled my way through because of a toxic childhood. So starting out young, I was on food stamps. I was on a lot of government assistance. Honestly, like I remember just paycheck to paycheck, going down to the very last penny, trying to figure out how I was gonna put food on the table for the kids, how I was gonna just, you know, have all the bills covered and not have to borrow money from people. And it was just really hard. And I worked full time, and I was in retail management, so salary manager at a health store, and I was just working around the clock all the time, away from my kids, you know, and it was just tough. So sorry, I'm so nervous. I haven't done this in a very long time. So when I say I've been in the industry for a while, I have done the Zooms. I've just talked to tons of people. I've been on stage, and then I went through a really hard time and lost like all of it. Sorry. Okay. I get emotional, sorry, when I talk about this because my life has totally changed. So living, you know, as a young teen, and I got married really young and had my daughter. I wasn't there for anything. She, you know, I missed field trips. I didn't get to do anything. Holidays, I was working constantly. Sorry. I was never there. And compared to now, and what this company's been able to do for me has been like such a 360. 8 months ago, I thought I was done. When I say I've been through the lows, I've been in the industry where you are told fake it till you make it. And you follow these like celebrity leaders. This is how it can get in the industry, just to put it out there, like, and get real with everybody. And I didn't think there was a company out there that checked the boxes, that, you know, all the things that I really wanted and I seen out there in this industry, just the financial freedom. I'm a big dreamer, huge dreamer. I've done vision boards for as long as I can remember. This industry and the mindset and the healing that I've done being here at the Happy Co with all of you guys has just been mind blowing. I've just healed so much here, but I truly did not think it existed. And my best friend Maria, we had been in the companies together. We had tried different things. We were always trying to figure out. We see people out there doing it, but we wanted to, I guess, be more real, authentic with who we are. And I'm a big believer in God and how, you know, it just, when I found God, how much my life changed. But I did it through the industry of network marketing, and meeting Maria, she's changed my life and she's my best friend. But I just was so scared when she came to this company, and I watched her for 18 months and she didn't brag. She just completely changed. I didn't even recognize her. And sorry, I said I was not gonna cry. I really gave myself a pep talk. But I always cry. I'm always emotional. So anyways, I see Maria completely change her health, everything. And I just seen how happy she was. And I knew I just had to try it. She sent me a letter and sent me a sample. It started with the sample. I tried it and I just was blown away with the product, but I did not. I was like, no, I've seen good product out there. I can't do this again. I'm just done. And I talked to my husband and we decided it was done. Like I was just going to start something new. I didn't even know what to do. I've been in this industry so long. But I felt like I failed so many times and that I couldn't do it again. And then along came the coffee, which usually doesn't have me all emotional. It actually keeps me pretty balanced, and I fell in love with it, and it gives me so much energy. I have 4 little kids. So also doing this full time in the industry with 4 kids has been just a big change with how the world is out there. We became full-time virtual teaching. That was something I never expected. Like everybody, we've all went through really hard times, and you know, that just finding the Happy Co during that time has helped me. I've struggled with depression my whole life from the childhood stuff I went through, and I didn't think I could heal. I didn't think I could be a happy mom that wasn't exhausted by the end of the day, that was stressed out constantly. You know, I didn't think that was going to exist, and eventually they would get older and I would get it together one day, but it's happening now. And I'm not exhausted. I'm able to spend time and do extra things with them. Oh, my phone's going crazy. Do you guys hear me? Sorry, my phone started doing something. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's changed everything coming here. And I mean, the products, with my anxiety and the depression that I struggled with before, how much I don't have to feel this weight on my chest all the time by the end of the night. I mean, I used to sneak in the bathroom just to like hurry up, quit, cry, get it together. You got to get back in front of your kids. And then I would just break down to Maria, like, I need something to change, but I didn't think it, I just thought it was all talk. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try. I'm just one more time. God kept showing me signs. I'm a huge fan of signs, and I was seeing them all. And I just knew after seeing so many of them and praying, I felt like I was hearing God just tell me, jump one last time and try it. And I did. And I've met people that are just so close to me that I just went through 2 deaths that back to back, just in the past like 2 weeks, that were really hard. And everyone that has reached out here, that would have never happened in my previous companies. And I was under the top 2 earner in the last company. And she just, the drama and the chaos that was with all of that, and then coming here to people that actually love on you and want to see you succeed and heal and be the person you're supposed to be. Like, I knew God promised abundance, and I knew I was meant for a lot more, but I had left all that behind and thought I was just I'll find me one day. And then the happy co came, and here we are. So I'm sorry, I probably took way too much time. I can talk a lot, but I just love it here.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amber. So I'm sure we have people on this call that feel the exact same way that you did, have dealt with the same thing. It felt like, I can't do it again. But, in life, we don't marry the first person we date. If we get sick, we don't quit eating, so the beautiful thing about it is you have the rest of your life to keep going, and it takes the rest of your life to fail. And now you're having success again. So that's awesome, Amber. So now we're going to turn it over to Miss Sabrina. Sabrina, are you out there? See you.
Hello, how are you all? I'm like Amber. I'm super nervous, and I've done this 3 or 4 times. It never gets easier. My name is Sabrina. I am a stay-at-home mom to 3 rambunctious children, and my husband works away. He's a helicopter engineer, and we just actually, at the same time that I found Happy Co, he became an independent contractor. So we started 2 businesses all at once and threw everything forward. And both have been the best decisions that we've ever made. Like Amber, I've been in network marketing for 7 years, been in the health and wellness, done the clothing, done all the things. And, once you get to a certain spot, yeah, you're okay, but people forget about you, and you're no longer important because you didn't hit this, or you didn't do that, or you didn't do it specifically to what they wanted, and it wasn't a cookie cutter solution. When I've watched Karlie for a couple years now, she's my girl, and when I saw her doing this and I saw the opportunity was at hand, I messaged her and I was like, can I do this? And she's like, girl, you can do whatever you want. And I jumped in, and I didn't even wait for any trainings. I just went. And honestly, here it's different. It hits different. It is different. It feels different. I've struggled with, again, anxiety and depression my whole life. And, pharmaceuticals just never did it for me. I never felt like myself. I was not the mom that I wanted to be. I was not the wife that I wanted to be. And once I started taking our products, I felt it almost instantly. I have been off of my anxiety and depression medication since being in this company for 2 weeks, and I've been here since February. So, being able to switch to something that, I'm already drinking coffee, I'm already taking my vitamins, I'm already doing the things, why not just share it? And, people ask me all the time, do you only do this because you get paid for it? I would do this for free. There is no difference than going to Walmart and finding your favorite body wash and saying, hey, this smells delicious, you should use it. Right. So for me, it's just something that I'm gonna do regardless. I don't know. And it scared me because we threw all of our eggs into one basket with two huge companies. And in my opinion, thinking about this last night, actually, after I talked to Karlie, if it doesn't scare you, is it really worth it? Like having babies, that is scary as all hell. But in the end, it's so rewarding and so worth it. And you work every day and you push yourself to the limits and you don't give up because that's just not an option. So for me, this is non-negotiable. This is not an option. This is happening. I don't even, I just could ramble all day, but big or small, we're all winning here. We all love each other. You could be just starting and you will get the most love you will ever feel in your whole entire life. This is just the best place. And, you know, my motto has always been since day one, share the heck out of it. You know, to be honest, the people come to you. You don't like, for those that are not part of the company, did you go to them or did they come to you? That's really the question. Is this something that you can see yourself just talking about, like you would talk about Montana's or Chili's or Olive Garden or whatever? It's honestly so simple, so attainable. I could go on and on, but with that, I will leave it as that. But if you've been thinking about it, I just stop thinking and just do it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sabrina.
Yeah.
And we have one more young lady to share with you all tonight. And what I love about what Sabrina just shared is she shared about our community, and we'll go in that as we're closing out. But I mean, it's just amazing where we are and the friendships and relationships that we built. And the young lady that's about to speak, I'm just really so proud to call her a friend. With that being said, over to you, Miss Karlie.
Hey, thank you. And yes, Chris, I love our friendship. And can I just celebrate Sabrina and Amber? I mean, those women are so impactful, so powerful. They have had success in the industry. They've been around the industry for years and they chose us. And I believe the reason they chose us, as you can hear, is that we're different, right? We have this stellar culture. We are doing things in a way that feels good. We can lay our head on our pillow at night and be really proud of how we've ran our businesses here. And I think that's a really big deal. And I'm so proud of what they shared and the outpouring of love you guys can see for them. You can tell our culture is like no other. And I loved that. And I needed that. And I can tell you guys, first off, I'm so excited to share this with you right now, because what you're looking at right now is an opportunity. We're still a baby company and we are getting ready, actually at the precipice of stepping into another round of incredible growth. So if you guys are watching this, consider it perfect timing for you to be a part of not just what we've created, but for even for a new movement, for something wonderful that's ahead of us, you guys. And so I'm very excited for all of you guys to hear our hearts, to hear what this opportunity is, and to be excited about, you know, what this could look like for you. And if you can't tell, there is room at our table for you to come be with us. Our community is beautiful. We would love to have you as a part of what we are here. And as we grow, right, you guys, we're going to grow. So with that said, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what brought me here. And so basically, like these women, I had been an entrepreneur before. I was pretty beat down. I was pretty tired. I was finding that I was spending 5 million hours a day on my phone. And I'm a wife and mama too, right? And those things need to come first in my life. And even though it's so important for me to be able to grow this business, this income from home, you know, it would become all consuming. And I needed something that had a very easy system that I could plug into, right? I needed to have something simple. And that was a huge thing for me. And also I needed something that was a high impact product. Okay. So like I said, I've been around network marketing for a while. I've been in the industry, and I can tell you right now, you're going to see products that are flashy. They've got great branding. You know, they're going to make a million promises, but that'll sell somebody on something once. But if you want to build a sustainable business that pays residual for years to come, you need something that people want to take again and again, and that it has an impact. So I knew when I was looking at companies, because I came into this looking at different companies, I knew it had to have impact, be a product that people wanted to actually order, again and again. It had to work. It had to do what it said it did. And also it needed to be really simple. Well, you heard what Chris said earlier. We have simple. You hear us talking, we got culture, right? We've got it. But then you talk about product, right? And Chris talked a little bit about the product. Amber talked, about the impact it made. And I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I tried this product to write it off. I was like, I'm going to try this stuff so I can check off the list and say this company's not for me. Because if the product was not dynamic, I've done that before. I can't promote something I'm not all about. And I remember getting this product and being pretty darn near sure it was not going to be this miracle product they were talking about. I mean, seriously, you guys, it was going to help you lose weight. It was going to give you energy. It was going to make you happy. You got to be kidding, right? But I went ahead and I ordered it. And the first day I tried it, I was like, I feel something. I don't know what I feel. I'm still going to be a skeptic. I don't know. But, I ordered an entire month, so I'm going to keep taking it. I just want to pause right there. You guys, don't stop on a sample. If I would have had 2 days of this product, I would have missed the profound effect it had on my life, because it was day 6 before I really realized the impact it was making. And I can tell you what it did for me was it took me to a place where I was dealing with massive depression. And we're talking like bad, right? Like barely functioning depression. I had baby weight that I needed to lose, and my baby was 1. So it had been a while. I didn't have any energy. I felt like I wasn't me. I felt like a shadow of myself. And by day 6, I really started to see that turn around, and I started to feel like me again, and long story short, it completely pulled me out of that pit. I lost the baby weight, had energy, amazing things happened from that product. But on day 6, it was the point that I realized, okay, because I'm looking at this, not just from a consumer, but as an entrepreneur. I'm like, okay, this stuff works. It delivers like it says it does. It has incredible impact. So 1, I know we're going to be able to help a lot of people. And 2, I know that we're going to be able to build a very big sustainable business. Because you guys, let's be real. That's how I was thinking. I want to help people, but I also want to set my family financially free. And I knew that we had those things. We got the culture, right? We have the product, all of these things. We have the comp plan. I'm just going to throw it out there, you guys. This is not a company where you have to recruit to get a paycheck. Like, can we say an amen? Not everybody likes to do that. So if we bring all these things together and we looked at the entire picture, we have something incredible at our hands. And I have experienced incredible success here. And we've brought in incredible people, whether they've had years of experience or no experience, they've come in and they've been able to grow a sustainable business here. And we are just getting started. So I am so excited for you guys to take a closer look at this. I hope that these stories have the impact and you can feel what we did when we took a look at this company, because it's just incredible things ahead. So anyway, Chris, I'll hand that back over to you. Thank you so much, my friend. We all appreciate you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And guys, like I told you, we're going to have some dynamic ladies, people that are better than me, that use bigger words than me. Press and I can't even say it right. But what I love about this, guys, is, I got started in this industry as a horseshoer. And what I loved, the dynamic side of it, is how it's not about you, but it's about who do you know. That I knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody that brought on Karlie, right? That brought on Sabrina, that brought on Amber, that brought on, it's crazy how it's not about you, it's about who do you know, right? Like if you know Dave and Dave knows Mike and Mike knows Sue and Sue knows Betty, you didn't know Betty, you only knew Dave. And that's what I love about this. So what is the Happy Co? Guys, it's a culture and community. It's an environment that is developed to help show people that they could be better than what they are right now. It's a place of love and connection. It's a place to where they get to be important, where people get to grow, to become the best versions of themselves. And then we have products that help through that process. It's really that simple, guys. We're a culture and community that have products that help people become happier along with their culture and community. So the question you have to ask yourself is, one, in these crazy times, do you know anybody that can use some more happy? And it's really that simple. I mean, when suicide rates, alcoholism, drug abuse, you name it, is going through the roof with all these lockdowns and all the craziness, and who knows what's happening now and it's starting back up or whatever. But the bottom line is that we can all agree that we know some people that can use some happy. Number two, can you ask the simple question of, have you heard about the happy coffee everyone's been talking about? Or do you know anybody drinks coffee or tea? And then, have you heard of the happy coffee that everyone's been talking about, or the happy tea if they say I drink tea? And then say, oh my gosh, share your story, add them to a Facebook group, give them a sample, send them a video. Can you do that? Question number three is, can you basically follow up with them and then refer them to someone else to answer all your questions so you don't have to know the questions? You heard these ladies say, you know, I've done this before, I've done that, whatever. I was a horseshoer. I had never done anything except bent under a horse's butt all day. But I knew that if I didn't have to be the one to answer all the questions, then I could do that. And guys, you just have to ask yourself, can you put people on the phone if they have a question with someone else? And if you can do that, it's pretty simple. You can have a lot of success with our company. So guys, almost 4 years later, we're in a totally different place. We went from flat, broke, busted, disgusted, all this debt, all this stuff, to all that stuff being paid off. For the first time in my life, I had multiple six figures in the bank. I've paid off all kinds of debt and stuff like that, so it's not that much anymore. But I mean, it's just crazy what has happened going from being flat broke to being there. We've achieved every dream in our life since we've been in this company. Minus the house is being built. We have our plans. We're going to have a place on the water and all that. So going from being flat broke to in our dream place, and the last dream I have after that is either a helicopter or a plane. But guys, our life has totally changed in this company. And you just have to ask yourself, one, do you want to be happy? And if you're the person that just wants to be happy, you're allergic to extra income, you don't want to make any more money, that's cool. Give it the person, invite you on this call and tell them I'm number one, and I just want to be happy. And if you're number two, you're like, all I got to do is 4 steps, drink coffee, be happy, ask a couple questions, send a link, give a sample. And when they ask questions, I put them on the phone with somebody else. Boom, I could run those 4 steps. That's pretty simple. Guys, if you can do that and you want to be happy and make extra money, give it the person, invite you on this call, and say I'm a number 2. With that being said, thank you all for jumping on this call. Everybody have an incredible night. Take care. Give it the person, invite you on the call. Let them know if you're a 1 or a 2. Take care, guys.
Thanks, Chris.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Chris.
Bye.
Thanks, Chris. Good job. Great job, everyone.